I've been constructing a set of globes to compare with Dr. James Maxlow's reconstructions, as shown in his books and on his website. The reconstruction times and the globe viewpoints are slightly different, but they do enable a reasonable comparison of the different reconstructions. And a good agreement between the reconstructions would indicate that the science is sound, because all science should be reproducible. So I've already gone through from 6, 24, 38, and 60 million years ago reconstructions, and today I'm going to do a 66 million year old reconstruction, compared with James Maxlow's reconstruction. So I will just open up the Expansion Tectonics reconstruction I've done. And then I've already opened up, I've already got James Maxlow's files ready to look at. So 66 million years ago, we are looking at the Paleocene on this, which is that one. Up there a bit, out of the way a bit. So just this, where that's looking. And there's a slight difference here. I think my Australia is actually slightly further up than James Maxlow's. But I think that might be because there's a slight difference in we seem to have slightly different data for the age of the ocean floor between the Australian and East Antarctica plate, which we can see there, which is just shoving up Australia and everything slightly further up. There's a slight difference there. And so we'll go on to the oh, yeah. Try again. There we go. So move that around. Look, that looks virtually identical, I think. There's a slight difference in the viewpoint, because the Google Maps actually viewpoint is closer, and this is why we can actually see more of the globe on James Maxlow's reconstructions. We can see up there. If we compare the Greenland, we can see that Africa. We can see more of Africa down there, but that's just because it's because we're actually closer into the actual globe. So I think they look pretty identical. You are again. Right. So, oh, that's just gone back to the previous one. Again, they look pretty identical. I've not actually put in these little bits here where it actually connects. whereas James Maxlow has put those in. So perhaps at some point I will actually put those in on my reconstruction. This is Antarctica now. Have a look. Are we around here? Get it around about the same. Antarctica. And again, we can see there that the actual I've put a bigger difference in between the Australian and East Antarctica plate because I've used slightly different data. I think I've used older data from than what James Maxlow is actually using. So that looks pretty much the same. Again, next one. Uh, and and again we're a lot closer on the Google Maps one. We can't see everything, but if I turn it around, everything looks pretty much the same. Now back to Australia again. And again, I've got Australia further up, um, just because it's this ocean floor, it's an ocean floor ages. So, and look like looks pretty similar. Uh, Again, slightly different viewpoints, but it looks pretty much the same to me. What's the next one? So yeah, that looks a little bit different. It looks um, like my northern continents slightly higher up. James Maxwell's, but apart from that, it looks pretty similar, I would say. And on the North Pole, I think now. I'll go up and have a look at the North Pole. North Pole and rotate it round. Um, and again, that looks good. You can see Greenland there, Greenland's here. You can see North America here, Eurasia over this side. Which all looks, again, pretty similar. Oh, hmm. This, this slightly different. North Pole again. There's Green. Oh, there's Greenland there then. This one. There. Again, that should look. Rotate that round, but we can actually see where the North Pole is on this. This is the North Pole. So that looks pretty similar actually. You know, there's North Pole there, North Pole there, Greenland, and again. Yep. So that looks pretty similar again. And now we're at the South Pole now. That's the South Pole. And again, there's the South Pole on there, and pretty much the same split. We've got Africa up here again, South America here, South America here. Um, so everything looks pretty similar again. Look at that there, that's Madagascar there. That's Madagascar there. That looks quite quite strange, isn't it, on the Okay, so where are we now? We are over here. So this is Australia again. And again, yeah, pretty similar again. There's Japan. That should be over there. Is South Pole again. So again, looks really similar, doesn't it? New Zealand looks slightly different there. If that's New Zealand, I think. Yeah. Um, but again, Australia's in a slightly different position, isn't it? So that's one. And we've already looked at these, really, haven't we? Having a look, see if we can spot anything. And yeah, that looks pretty similar again. particularly around the Mediterranean area there I'm looking at. That looks pretty, pretty similar. Greenland is in the right position. Greenland there, and the Arabian plate is actually fills in the Euro-Asian plate. So that point. Okay, so I'll have a look at the next one. And this is back to Australia again. So what we can see on this one. So, uh, again, Australia's pushed a bit further up mine. But yes, looks pretty much the same. So just Pole again. Yeah, same thing again. It's looking okay. So, yeah, there's India there and India on there. There's uh, Africa over here, Africa over here again. Madagascar, sort of more or less in the same position, really. Yeah, looks pretty similar again. See this one. Um, there's India there, and Africa. Don't see much on these. And seeing again. This one. This one's just Australia again, I think. Um, this one is just Africa again. This one shows us the position of the South Pole, so we could check that, couldn't we? Upside down, so I'll put it the right way around. So there's a South Pole here and South Pole on James Maxlow, so that's pretty much in the same position. Uh, what that is? Well, that's India again. Look the same. Yeah, there's the India there. Africa here, Africa there, Eurasia over here, Eurasia here. Similar again. Similar. Yeah, I think we've already looked at these. That's it. So I'm reasonably happy that my reconstructions look uh, similar enough to James Maxlow's. So it's actually showing that it is reproducible. And in fact, anybody can do these. If you actually take the time and actually do it, you'll actually find that James Maxlow's reconstructions are just reproducible like any science. So I'll put that YouTube video onto the Paleocene, and the next one I'll be having a look at will be 84 million years ago in the Cretaceous, well, late Cretaceous. So I'll be doing this one here next time. Cheerio, so till next time.